All right, folks. Thanks for watching Numbskull News. We're doing it live. Finally, on a Thursday night. I'm going to try to make this a permanent thing. Apparently, not a lot of people like to go live on Thursdays, so there's a gap. And if anything else, I like to fill a gap. So we're going to try this. I'm going to still try to do my Sunday afternoon live stream. It can get a little challenging sometimes. Family obligations and whatnot. But I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to try to do it. Thursday, we'll see how it goes down. I think that might be my new home during the week. A lot of it depends on work schedule. So we'll see how that goes. There's one thing I needed to add in here. All right. Sorry, just needed to add something real quick. So where do I want to start with this crap? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and start with this. So I was watching 365 Sports. Good stuff. Y'all should know about that by now. Your Mark was on there. They're having their joint Big 12 Pro Day in Frisco, which is really freaking cool. I hope they keep it up. I hope they keep it in Frisco. Keep that partnership with the Dallas Cowboys. They got the NFL Network down there. That is fantastic for the league, for the Big 12. You know, let all these other blue bloods do their own little thing, right? We need to make ours an event, and this is the start. We need to make it bigger and bigger and focus on the Big 12, not just one brand, right? Oh, you don't have any big brands. Well, we got a big brand in the Big 12, and that's all we need. Do this shit together. United we stand, bitches. That's the secret sauce to it. However, your Mark, he was asked the question, about a possible NCAA expansion. And your Mark talked about it. Like, there could be some benefits to adding a few more teams to the tournament, maybe getting into the 70s as far as total teams in the tournament. But, boy, he talked about revenue from the NCAA tournament. Because, of course, the Big Ten and the SEC, there's now an unequal revenue split where they get the most out of the CFP. And, what Yormark said, and I agree with, is that they kind of earn that. They bring a lot of ratings. They do a lot of winning, a lot of championships, blah, 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 blah. Okay, right now you deserve a little more than everybody else. Cool. However, shouldn't that same thing be applied to the NCAA tournament? Where if you look at the last 10 years, what has the Big Ten done? Or what has the SEC done? How about jack and shit? What has the Big 12 done? We've won multiple championships. We get a ton of teams into the tournament every single year. Now, I understand it'd be nice to have a third or fourth team this year in the Sweet 16, and we don't have that. We do have two great teams in there, and we'll find out their fate this weekend. But why shouldn't there be an unequal revenue split? And in basketball, that won't favor the SEC. That won't favor the Big Ten. It would favor the Big 12. And he's going to bring that up. He's going to talk about it. He's going to fight for it. That's what I'm talking about, damn it. That's what I'm talking about, is having a commissioner out there that's going to bring in the cash in all kinds of different ways. That's just one of them. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how it looks. I don't know if there's automatic qualifiers, more than one. I don't know how all that crap breaks down. I really don't. But yeah, if the Big Ten and the SEC can make more off the CFP because of what they have done, well, then let's apply that to the NCAA tournament. Absolutely, love it. All right, we get some comments here. What's up, Big Lubbock? Appreciate it. Nick Boardman, you're on time, dude. You're good. You're good. Let's see here. I think Notre Dame got $22 million payout from the ACC last year. Not bad for Notre Dame. Sucks for the ACC. I don't think it was 22. From what I read, it was 17. Well, that's what I read there, Big Lubbock. It was 17 million from the ACC. Yeah. I got your big brand too there, Lubbock. But we're going to switch from that. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump on what the title of this thing is, which is, Notre Dame Independence. Their new AD came out, and I'm not trying to pronounce his name. I watched some of Peek Around the Corner. Mr. Flugar, I think, did a pretty good job of pronouncing that crazy ass name. I'm not going to attempt it. I'm already horrible enough on regular English. So when we add a more exotic, if you will, name, I'm just going to stay away from it. But it brought up some interesting things. He's doubling down on Notre Dame independence. As well they should. Look, as long as they're not making some crazy amount less than the Big Ten teams, they're not going to join the Big Ten. Their playoff access is protected. Now, we don't know the details of that, but that's, what got leaked. That's what ESPN reported. On top of that, only independent teams are going to get a bonus for making the CFP in Notre Dame's case, and that's a $6 million bonus. So that takes it from $12 million to $18 million for making the tournament. And I can almost guarantee you most years they'll make the tournament. Most years they'll make the tournament. 11-1, 10-2. Sometimes they might squeeze in at 9-3, depending on the year. But yeah, there's at-large bids. They'll get one, and there you go. No, they won't get a bye. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. Bye week. And another thing, Mr. Flugar, from what he's heard, and I have no doubt, I don't agree with everything Mr. Flugar talks about or what he hears from his sources or things he may speculate on. And when he does, it's based off of real information. I have no doubt. But that doesn't mean I agree with everything that he says. I don't agree with everything anybody says. And no one should ever agree with everything that I say. Having said that, he's been a person, and there's a lot of people in big media as well that think that Notre Dame is going to have to join the Big Ten. And I broke it down in a video about how the Big 12 could help Notre Dame retain its independence. And that's of course after the ACC bottoms out and implodes or whatever. Implode, explode, melt down, left for dead, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, after that, are they just going to join the Big Ten, or are they going to look for ways to stay independent? And the only other game in town is to make a similar deal they have with the ACC with the Big 12. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, they want to call their own shot. They want to do what they want to do. They don't want to be dictated to by some damn conference commissioner or other teams. Was almost assuredly that would happen in the Big Ten for Notre Dame if they were to join. They're just one voice amongst many. Now, they're willing to play ball when it comes to hockey, when it comes to basketball, Olympic sports, badminton, whatever, but not football. Not football. Football, they like that to be independent. They like to be able to schedule what they want to schedule outside of 5 games, which they get paid handsomely for. You know, and I understand. And the way the CFP worked out, no one thought that was going to happen. Everyone went into it thinking Notre Dame was screwed. Turns out they got a pretty nice deal. When they make the playoffs, they're going to be making what, $3 million less on a payout than the Big Ten and the SEC? Good enough. It's good enough. Now, nobody knows what they're getting from NBC on their new media rights deal with them. But what's his name? Bob Orand, I believe. You know, very serious journalist, business of college sports. According to him, his speculation is they probably got somewhere around, they were asking for 75 a year from NBC. He's thinking they got closer to 60. And I agree with that. And if that dude's going to speculate, I don't trust people in the mainstream media, even in sports media. But at certain points, you look at guys, it's not about getting things right. It's who they know. And Mr. Oran knows a hell of a lot of people within the business of college football. You better damn well believe it. So if that's the number he's putting out there, it's probably close to that number. So if that's what they're getting just from NBC, not including ACC money, not including CFP money, not even including NCAA money. Oh, well, folks, they don't have to join the Big Ten. They're making plenty of money. They don't have to make within $5 million of Big Ten. They don't have to make that. Not to be relevant. They make plenty enough money to compete on that level with those conferences. Absolutely they do. So yeah, should you ever look for them to join the Big Ten? No. No. Don't ever look for it. And it's shocking because, the Big Ten would how do you want to say it? It would really help them financially to have Notre Dame in-house. Apparently, the way their media contract, their deal with Fox is written, that if the Big Ten adds Notre Dame, everybody gets a pay bump. All right, so I can understand why the Big Ten desperately wants Notre Dame. It's worth more money. And look, if you're pissed off, if you're a Clemson fan or a Florida State fan, you need to remember Notre Dame is a bigger brand than those. It's bigger than Oklahoma. Dare I say it's bigger than Georgia. There's not many brands on Notre Dame's level. I know. They haven't won jack in forever. I get it. Neither have the Dallas Cowboys. Haven't won in 30 freaking years. And you're talking about the brand in the NFL. The highest ratings over anybody. When Tom Brady was winning championships with New England, Dallas would smoke them in the ratings in the regular season because there wasn't a whole lot in the playoffs. But when they got to the playoffs, even a bigger boom. The next time the Dallas Cowboys get to the Super Bowl, that will be the highest rated Super Bowl of all time. I'm going to call it now. It's ridiculous the ratings they get. And like I said, they haven't won anything in 30 years. Okay? So I don't care if Clemson has won a couple of championships recently. Where were you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago? I'll tell you where Notre Dame was. They were busy being one of the Blue Bloods for that long. They have a long and storied history in college sports of being a top dog, a big freaking deal. The Golden Domers, I mean, since the days of Babe Ruth, were the shit. So you recently have some success. Oh, here you go. Here's a golf clap. Clemson, you're nowhere near the brand of Notre Dame. They're more equal to what Oklahoma is. Blue Blood, great brand. Not crapping on Clemson at all. But they're not Notre Dame. Florida State, another great brand. A lot of fans. Not Notre Dame. Sue me. They're not. And that's why they're not making that extra money out of the CFP. And I'll get to that in just a minute. Got a few more comments here. Let me check this crap out. The Big Lebic. If the Big Ten goes into Florida, the SEC will protect Notre Dame independence, even if SEC has to enter into a scheduling agreement with Notre Dame. Ooh. Now, one thing I'm getting bullish on here, because I don't think the SEC will enter a scheduling agreement with Notre Dame. I don't think they'll do that. However, I do believe that a scheduling agreement would be reached with the Big 12. I'm starting to think that's what's going to happen. Now, could the SEC do it? Yeah, they could. They could. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know if they would be down with that. With Notre Dame having, a vote in the SEC. I don't know if they'd be down with that. I think they'd be more than down with Notre Dame joining the SEC, but I don't see that. I think a lot of people have gotten stuff with Notre Dame way, way, way wrong. And Notre Dame is making enough money to stay independent virtually forever. If they can't get those deals, apparently the NBC deal is pretty damn good. A lot of people are like, oh, they ain't going to get that much. Maybe 30, maybe 40. Well, you're wrong. You're wrong. Apparently, they're making really good money. What I'm guessing is around 60. Just like old Bob O'Ran said. AAR, what's up, man? Greg Flugar has always wanted Notre Dame legends in the Big Ten syndicate from the beginning. Not going to happen. Yeah, and by the way, Greg is not some biased pecker. Okay. He's not. It's one of the reasons I like him. All right. He's a Big Ten guy. Yeah. Minnesota fan. Yeah. But he doesn't crap on the Big 12 people. He doesn't crap on the ACC people. He really doesn't crap on anybody. He just kind of tells the story, and I appreciate that. The Notre Dame stuff. And like I said, it's not just about Flugar. I think a lot of people have that same inclination that people just want them to join a conference already. It's like they feel like, why are they being treated so special? Well, they are special. They are. No, there's very few people have the history of Notre Dame, y'all. Very few. USC, Long storied history. Forget about the last 20 years. Go back way before that. USC's been a big deal since the black and white days. So is Ohio State and Michigan, Alabama, Bear Bryant. I mean, there's certain programs out there that their legacy has been just stamped, and we're talking half a century or a full century ago. It's that much of a big deal. And these are programs that make the Dallas Cowboys look like a baby. Remember, the Dallas Cowboys weren't actually even a team until 1960. 1960. The Redskins became a team in like 1933. All right. Just for reference there. It's amazing. And people tend to forget that shit. All right. They just do. They forget. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Big Ten people. That's the one thing. If you ask, they really want them in. And I understand it's a monetary thing, it's a perception thing. Because if the Big Ten gets Notre Dame, then forever they're the number one conference. The SEC cannot catch them. And I don't care how many more titles the SEC wins. I don't care what the SEC ever does. They won't have the brand value, the brand power of the Big Ten with a Notre Dame. They won't have it. I mean, what you got? You got Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma. Those are no doubt, Florida. We'll put Florida Gators in there. But 6 big time brands. But of all those brands, who's really on that Alabama legendary thing? How about none of them? Not even the Longhorns. They don't have that kind of storied history. They don't. Not like Alabama does. You look at the Big Ten. Ohio State, Michigan, USC. There's 3 right there on that kind of historic level with Alabama. Is there any other ones? I don't think so. I think it's just them. But then you add Notre Dame. Oh, forget it. You're never catching them. And so I understand why they want them. Rock and Rant. Baseball might be the national pastime, but despising Notre Dame certainly is a close second. Hey, it comes with the territory. Trust me, as a Cowboys fan, there's a lot of people that just illogically hate the Cowboys just because that's it's all we ever hear about. I mean, you ever notice on the debate shows on ESPN and Fox, stuff like that? Every day it's a Cowboy topic. Every day. They may not be leading the show with it, but they're going to get to the Cowboys. Why? Because the ratings spike when they talk about them. That's why. Love them, hate them, whatever. It's polarizing. That's what makes Notre Dame special. Love them or hate them. There's not a lot of people down the middle just don't care. Not a lot. Now, I'm not a huge Notre Dame fan, but I respect them. I respect the hell out of Notre Dame. I respect the tradition. They actually have tradition. There's some people talk about tradition, and their school ain't got no damn tradition. What tradition? Even I'm a TCU fan. What real traditions does TCU? I know they got to start somewhere, but don't talk about traditions until you put like 75 years of excellence out there. Then you can talk about some tradition. Until then, shut up. AAR Notre Dame Legends money. NBC Sports $65 million. Well, that's an interesting number. Like I said, Oran says 60. No one knows for sure their AAR, but I wouldn't doubt it if it's in that neighborhood. ACC Conference 13 million. 17 is what was reported last year. ACC Conference 17 million last year. CFB playoffs 10 million. Under Armour deal 5 to 6 million. They got ways to print money. They really do. AAR. It's not like the Big Ten where they get it all in one check. but they got a lot of revenue streams, and you add them all up, they're not that far off from a Big Ten team as far as money goes. They're close enough to be competitive as hell. Rock and rant. Selfishly and historically, I despise Notre Dame, but I fully support their desire to stay independent as it more likely helps Miami get to the Big Ten faster. I think Big Ten has, just the way I see it going down there, Rock and Ramp. I see FSU. Certainly, no. Most people don't think this is going to happen, but I think ESPN pulls that plug. They got that card to play, and I think they're going to talk to FSU and Clemson. Say, look, guys, you got this long, drawn-out court battle, and it's going to be going on for a while. This ain't anywhere close to being done. But I think they'll just say, hey, look, we're not going to renew. Come to the SEC. We won't renew it. Bring your ass to the SEC. I think they're going there. In the Big Ten, I think they want Miami. I think they'll hold a spot. They'll hold a spot for Notre Dame. They'll be fine with 19 teams for a while because I don't believe anyone's taking UNC, not Big Ten or SEC. I don't believe that either. So it depends on depends on what you want to believe. But I think in that whole scenario, I think Miami gets to the Big Ten because they really want into Florida. I think they want FSU first, but I think they'll take Miami. And I don't think SEC. I just got a weird feeling they don't want Miami. I think they want FSU and they want Clemson, and then they'll shut it down. 18 teams, they're good. There's no one else. If I swear to God, I it makes me want to vomit every time I hear someone talk about Virginia going to the SEC. Are you shitting me? Have you seen? If you think University of North Carolina's ratings suck, look at Virginia. At least UNC brings a respectable football program. Virginia? And they don't even have, the state of Virginia does not even have the demographics of North Carolina. Nowhere close. Because that's what everyone's, the demographics of North Carolina, that's why the SEC is going to get bullshit. But Virginia doesn't even have that. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I don't think the SEC is big on realignment anyway. They added Texas and Oklahoma because it was a no-brainer. Two monster programs like that. Yeah, okay. Okay. They actually help us get more money. So yeah, we'll do that. Florida State, Clemson would help them get more money. Don't tell me about this double dipping. Florida brings them nothing. Bullshit. It brings them huge freaking ratings. Monstrous amount of fans. Think about a streaming world. You want viewership. Demographics mean jack. Doesn't matter if you're in South Carolina or South Africa. If you're bringing the freaking ratings and viewership numbers, that's the real value here, people. Mother, father. All right. Wet blanket. What's up, dude? Greg's a good dude. He is a good dude. I love Greg. He's great. And if trust me, there's stuff he doesn't agree with me on either. It's a two-way street there. But I respect the guy. He respects me, apparently, and that's awesome. AR Flugar is fantastic. Can't explain this Notre Dame to the Big Ten obsession. Nope. Everyone's got their thing. My thing is there's no way UNC is going to the Big Ten or the SEC. He's got the Notre Dame thing. We all got a thing. And he doesn't agree with my UNC take. He thinks that's one of the top ads. He's bought into that. I'm sure he's got a source. I don't have any sources. I don't have. He's got a way bigger advantage on me when it comes to information. I don't have any information. I just kind of look at the landscape and look how things are going. Do some of my own little research. I don't have any little birdies or what does he call those? Money perches. I don't have any of those. I just look at the way things are, and I'm like, I don't buy into it. So here comes an alternative narrative, alternative facts, if you will. To Moss to what's up, dude? Rudy, Notre Dame. Oh, come on now. I mean, Rudy was a little cringy. But come on, that end scene when he gets the sack, he's carried off the field. I mean, he was legitimately carried off the field. I think he's still the only Notre Dame player to ever be carried off the field. It was cool, Rudy. Here's the thing. Think of all the great sports movies. I mean, there's great boxing movies. There's great baseball movies. Those are the two sports that have the best movies. By far, it ain't even close. And there's probably a mixed martial art movie, a MMA movie that's better than any football movie. There's ice hockey movies that people love. There's I don't think there's a soccer movie people are really all gun-ho about. There's a dodgeball movie that's a classic. But how many great football movies? I mean, what, The Waterboy? See what I'm saying? There's not a lot. So Rudy's probably one of the best of those. I would say probably is the best football movie. It's not saying a lot, so I'll give you that. There's not a lot of competition for great football movies, but Rudy's got to be one of those. If they haven't made several movies or documentaries about your school's football program, you really can't try to talk about Notre Dame not being an important brand. That's true. I mean, I know Alabama has the Junction Boys or something like that. I know I've seen USC in some movies. Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm sure there's been documentaries on them in Michigan, but I don't know about movies. What's the word? Well, the word is immaculate that Notre Dame staying independent for the foreseeable future. F neuter lame. Hey, Notre Dame hate is allowed here. Sports hate is always allowed here. And you're making the point. You either love them or hate them. Clearly, you hate them. In Texas, I don't know. I guess because Notre Dame really wasn't in our face as much as other parts of the country. I don't know. I didn't really develop hate for them. No, like Texas and Oklahoma were always in our face, and we just got really tired of it. Really tired of it. Immaculate. I don't think Notre Dame will end up in the Big Ten. No. We can agree there. I don't think they'll go. Rock and Rant. What are your top 5 love-hate brands in CFB where they generate much combined passion and hate regardless of record? Oh, I kind of hate them all. That's mainly because I got tired of Texas. I got tired of Oklahoma. So as far as like hate, they're top of that list. I get tired of hearing about the Georgia Bulldogs. I get tired of hearing about Ohio State and Michigan. Yeah, yeah, I get tired. I get tired of them too. You know, Florida Gators. I think no, I don't have an issue with them. I don't have an issue with Tennessee, old Rocky Top. I don't have a problem with Tennessee. Um, I got family down there in Louisiana, and I know that LSU gets a lot of love for them. So I don't have hate really for LSU either. Uh, USC. See, USC is probably a team I should hate. They're in California, in LA. You got stars, coming to see games, and you got people, former actors in jail because they paid for their kid to get in there and all this kind of shit. I should hate them. I should hate them. But on the other hand, I'm one of these people that think Reggie Bush ought to get his trophy back. So can't say I hate him that much. I think that's it. You know what? I know Nebraska's not on that level anymore, but I still got some affinity for Nebraska. I played high school football, and our team it was the Northwest Texans, and because someone was really had a lot of imagination here, where it's called Northwest because we were northwest of Fort Worth. You know, took a lot of skill to come up with that name. Uh, but our colors were red and white, just like Nebraska. The helmets, big N, just like Nebraska. And I always thought, well, we kind of suck, but at least the uniforms are cool. And then, that's before I was even aware of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And that was in the 90s. I just didn't pay attention to college football back then. I was all about the NFL. It's all about the Cowboys, really. But but of course, Nebraska was really good and on TV a lot back then. So I checked them out, and lo and behold, same uniform. I'm like, damn, we're stealing people's shit. But so Nebraska, maybe not the love, but I don't mind list. To Mazda, Virginia stays in the ACC. They may come to the Big 12. May come to the Big 12. You never know. Here's the thing. To Mazda, what I believe is going to happen is like a Pac-12 type situation. The only teams that are going to be left in the ACC are the ones that can't get to the Big 10, the SEC, or the Big 12. Everyone else is going to fly out that bitch. Everybody. There's no staying together, raw, we're going to reform. No. It's going to be people with no options. And I think Virginia is going to have at least one option. Well, I think they legitimately only have one real option. That's the Big 12. AAR, Notre Dame Legends recruit Florida, California, Texas. That's why ACC conference. And here's a crazy thing about Notre Dame. More than Florida State, more than Clemson, more than the mighty University of North Carolina, it seems to me that Clemson's got all the stroke. I mean, they wanted Stanford and Cal. They got Stanford and Cal. 5 games is all they play in there. Not even a full member. And they got more power, more stroke in the ACC than anybody. So for all you North Carolina fans that think you rule the roost, think again. It is Notre Dame. You want to talk about a brand? I'm tired of hearing Tar Heels shit. Oh, we're the brand. Everyone wants Notre Dame, bitch. That's the real value. That's the real play. That's all that. And yes, guess what? They don't want it. Holy shit. They're so big, so wealthy, such a big brand, they can still turn down the Big Ten. It's amazing. Keep chopping. What's up, dude? Why do people Why do people think UNC is such a crown jewel, yet Duke gets laughed at? Both we both have great academics, great basketball, and pretty bad football. I will say about the football, both have kind of turned it around recently. Um, that is going to be the topic of my next video there. Keep chopping. So keep looking at my shit. You'll eventually find it. But I totally 100% agree with what you just laid out there. To Masta, UNC is a brand. So's Duke. And is it really that much lower? Is it really that far down? I mean, Coach K, how many championships do you really need? How many NCAA runs do you really need to be a brand? Duke's got pretty much all of them. They pretty much hit the nail on whatever head. Right now, UNC is more about potential than about actual value right now since basketball was devalued. UNC football in the SEC may become much stronger than folks think. I don't think so. They're immaculate. And I understand the argument. And I say y'all, y'all in the Big 12 Mafia may very well be right about those kind of sentiments. I just don't believe it because Rutgers went to the Big 10 and Rutgers is still Rutgers. It's never helped Indiana or Northwestern or Vanderbilt. So just because you get into the conference, what does that mean? UNC going to the SEC conference, they're not doing shit. They're not. I mean, think about it. Every year you're losing to LSU, Alabama, Georgia. Every year you're losing to Texas. You're losing to Oklahoma. A lot of years you're going to lose to at least one of the Mississippi schools. Tennessee when they're good. Missouri's good. Missouri will get your ass right now. The Gators may be on the come up. They'll get you. I don't see a lot of wins year after year for UNC. So there goes your ratings. There goes. I understand. And what you're saying there about potential. The SEC is not looking for potential. They're looking for who's got it right now. Texas, Oklahoma have it right now. They have all the viewership. They have the brand value in football, not basketball. Look, the SEC is already becoming a pretty nice basketball conference. You know, outside of Kentucky, they're actually building some nice programs there. They got 8 teams in the conference in the tournament this year. All right, they're starting to get kind of impressive. They don't need UNC basketball. They don't care. And with that viewership number and with everything that's going streaming, and the SEC's main partner is ESPN, and they will be going straight to consumer. In the future, it'll be a straight to consumer, no cable, no nothing. SEC network will be streamed. It won't make money anymore. So the state of North Carolina brings no value as far as demographics go. They're not going to add because of that. It's going to be purely 2 things. Viewership, premium matchups. UNC has neither. They bring you neither. So the SEC, they're not interested in potential. Now, the Big 12, we add schools because of potential. Central Florida, amazing potential. Cincinnati, great potential. BYU, great potential. Cincinnati. Yeah. But the SEC, they're not adding potential. They're adding who's a made man right now, not who could be later on down the road. But you do have fans. They're immaculate. Keep chopping. Maybe UNC football can instantly become relevant, but South Carolina football is still bad and has always been bad. Well, they haven't always been bad. The guy they called the old football coach, Spurrier, they're pretty good under Spurrier now. They've had a bad run, but they step up now and again. To Master. The program is CFB movie. Not great, but a favorite of mine. The program. Oh, okay. You know what? To Master, I don't even think I bothered watching it. I should change that. And you know what? Another given or any given Sunday wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. RT. Yormark did an interview with 365 Sports Guys. Any thoughts stick out? Yeah. Actually, I opened up with that. And as far as doing, unequal revenue share of the NCAA like it was in the CFP, because that would have obviously benefit the Big 12. I think that's awesome. And I think that should have been like huge with him saying that. It should have been actually absolutely huge. But I don't know. I may do a separate video on that as well. I don't know. But yeah, it was a great freaking interview. I've not completely done watching it, but 365, they tend to get good people. I don't know. I think maybe Russia's kind of on their side or something. I don't know. USC, yuck. Well, there you go. There you go. Notre Dame Legends were the original football brand, first to have a weekly national TV show. There you go, man. People were before TV. Before TV, people were watching Notre Dame or listening on the radio. It's like, I'm pretty sure it was a Notre Dame game that got interrupted for the War of the Worlds thing. Okay, I totally made that up, but I'm pretty damn sure a lot of people stood around their radios. North Carolina may fail, but comparing them to Rutgers, come on, North Carolina was ranked this year. Yeah, I mean, Rutgers has been ranked before last year. I mean, look, I'm not saying North Carolina is the drizzling shits. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying they don't have $100+ million a year Big Ten value or $100+ million a year SEC value. They definitely don't have $21 million a year for a CFP payout when they'll never be in the CFP. And keep in mind that number because how it's set up now, the SEC and the Big Ten, when they add somebody, that number goes down. That 21 million goes down because it's a percentage. The percentage doesn't change. Now, they'll do their little look in, but you think they're going to get more money for UNC? Fuck no. If I'm the Big 12, I'm like, no. Look, if you add Florida State, maybe you deserve a little bump. Maybe. I don't know. But for that, no, not UNC. Rock and rant. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate it when someone says something nice. Immaculate. I know you aren't trying to say the SEC doesn't want Notre Dame. What I'm saying is the SEC doesn't want Notre Dame, sir. Especially with, I tell you right now, Texas and Oklahoma don't want UNC. No, they don't like realignment. They don't like expansion. I know that. I've watched them for years upon years. They don't like they believe in expansion if you two reasons. If you have to do it, or if it actually brings you somebody who brings you big money. FSU would bring you big money. Clemson would bring you money. I don't know how big, but it would bring you money. UNC costs you money. It would cost you money to bring UNC into the conference. Therefore, ain't happening. Look at this. Outlaw of college football. You are a gentleman, sir. Thank you so much. The demise of the ACC will ultimately lead to the Power Two. It's coming. Not like or not. Like it or not, the Big 12 may have a small chance. Well, I appreciate you saying at least a small chance of some kind there. Outlaw of college football. I'm not going to kick you in the nuts for that statement. Not, $5 is $5. You want me to say something nice? Just give me a little money. I'll be your hoe. But no, they're definitely the two big dogs. When the smoke clears around 2027, 2028, with that look in, what you'll see is a big, huge table, and you'll see three people sitting at that table. All right. You're going to see Greg Sankey, you're going to see Tony Petiti, and then you're going to see Brett Yormark. Now, as Yormark said, it's not a seat at the kids' table. It's going to be at the big table. But that's it. I mean, remember that scene in Austin Powers? All the bad guys are sitting around. And then Dr. Evil hits the button, and old boy flips in his chair, and a bunch of flames come. That's the ACC. That's what's going to happen there. But they're, how should I say it? The table, like I said, Yormark and the Big 12 will be at that table. And as a matter of fact, I think Yormark has done some things to ingratiate himself to the Big Ten and the SEC. I think he's helped him. I think he was agreeable with this unequal revenue. And I think that could actually help us get our own unequal revenue split of the NCAA tournament down the line. I think if there ever is a breakaway of the Big Ten and the SEC, they'll actually take the Big 12 with them, because you need more teams to play. Teams that count for something. Teams that actually get ratings. Not, I don't know if you've seen the Sun Belt ratings, but they're not great. All right. I'm not saying that we are the shit. I'm not saying that we're on their level. We're not. But I'm sorry, you get in and around 1 million views on average with Big 12 teams, without Texas, without Oklahoma. That means something. Anyway, college. Outlaw of college football. And I hope you heard the blazing love I gave Alabama earlier on their history. If you haven't, go back and watch it. I think you'll appreciate that, the love I gave that program. But I appreciate the money there, Outlaw. Appreciate it very much. To Masta, Brett might have the smallest plate, but it's still the big table. True. He's definitely going to be eating with the salad fork, but he's at the buffet. All right. He's at the buffet. Outlaw, UNC has is a big market state. You are very much mistaken. UNC is actually overall more valuable than the FSU fake Indians. Come on the show and we'll debate it. Hey, anytime, sir. Anytime. But the big market state thing with streaming, because there is no carriage fees with streaming. You're not, you're not getting that money from Channel 5 anymore, or whatever channel it's on. It doesn't matter anymore. All right, well, immaculate. And by the way, I'll get back with you, keep chopping. Anybody out there looking for another YouTube channel, Outlaw of College Football, just saying, he's good people. And not just because he gave me money, but, it'll help me promote you for whatever that's worth. All right. Keep chopping. Iowa State getting lit up by Illinois right now. Not sure Yormark needs more of that. Oh, you had to tell me. You had to tell me. All right. Now I got to look it up. Now, I do have a damn ESPN app. I don't know why I don't just hit that. Oh, fuck your face. Okay. Well, Alabama's getting lit up by UNC a little bit. Oh, come on now. It's only a 10-point. They're only down 10, 30-20. Was that first half? Not that bad. Not that bad. Still in the realm of basketball sanity. Yeah, we saw the same thing. A lot of the game left. No, Alabama is hanging in there. They will take it in the second half. Woo! Immaculate. You telling me the mighty UNC can't win a damn basketball game? Iowa State has come back. Illinois was whooping them pretty good early on. Yeah. Iowa State's good. Come on, Iowa State. Let's go. And I won't lie, I am pulling for UNC. I should probably pull for Alabama for outlaw there, but the SEC needs to be put down in basketball. All right, I don't like that they're kind of getting good. I don't I don't like Alabama's getting good. You're great at football, We got to give it to you, but damn, stop don't California our basketball. It's a little inside thing that with all the people moving here from California to Texas, that's become kind of a statement. Don't California my Texas. Funny thing is, UNC probably makes more money if Alabama wins than if UNC wins, since those units get paid out over 6 years. Well, I see what you did there, because UNC you go to the SEC. We'll see. We'll see who's laughing last, Sonny. Alabama's only down by 8. Hey, it's a game. It is a game. It is a damn game. I'm surprised you ain't glued in there. All right, still a 10-point game with Iowa State. Got halftime with Alabama. UConn just, good God almighty. UConn basically, they whooped that ass pretty good on San Diego State. 82-52. Good God almighty. Arizona loses to Clemson. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I mean, they're not in the Big 12 yet, but still, Clemson. Son of a bitch. You know what? I'm pulling for Alabama. We need ACC teams losing here too. That's what we need. UConn is probably winning it all immaculate. They're looking damn good. What part of the bracket are they on? What? Elite 8. You know what? Yeah, I am going to pull for Alabama. God dang. Because then they get Clemson. I'll have to pull for Alabama again if I'm going against the ACC. That sucks. Iowa State or Illinois will have to deal with UConn. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Houston just has to get past Duke. Just get past Duke. Because whether it's NC State or Marquette, I think Houston can get either one of them. I don't know. I'm just not scared of Marquette. Maybe I'm totally off base there. They are a 2 seed after all. But UConn's a little scarier. You know. I don't know. Purdue. I think Gonzaga can. I don't know. I think either Purdue or Gonzaga end up in the Final Four out of that little grouping there. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. I'm multitasking my numbskull, brother. Gotcha. Imagine if both UNC and Clemson lose to Alabama and then announce they are joining the SEC. I mean, UNC can announce it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. That would be damned embarrassing. Outlaw of college football. Did you see the Skittle shatting video of Mary Caleb Williams yet? I highlighted it pretty good on today's video. I don't think I know who Mary Caleb Williams is. Any relation to Letourneau? I don't know. Maybe I could find that. Mary Caleb. Sure, it's Williams. I don't know. I couldn't find it myself. Sure, is Skittle shatting. Is that a Pornhub, maybe? To Mazda, UNC pulls a San Diego State. Could. Mary Caleb Williams, fingernails, though USC Skittle shitter QB. I got you. The dress thing, right? The dress thing. It's just weird. I mean, look, if you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. But I don't know. I don't think red is his color. I think that's the biggest problem there. Alabama down by 6 now. Yeah, it's still tight, though. That's a pretty tight game. That's a pretty tight damn game. Yeah. Iowa State can't close that gap, that 10-point gap. Come on, damn you. Anyway, what else I got here? I'm going to go into some conspiracies. Actually, Immaculate had a good one. I enjoyed it. I think there's probably a lot more truth to that as far as Fox and ESPN colluding, because there was all this talk about Fox having this war chest to go after the CFP, the rights to it, and last minute, nah. Then ESPN throws in that 1.3 billion a year, which was, everyone's assumed that was a little light. I think a lot of people were talking 2 billion, 1.8, somewhere in there, and it was 1.3. I mean, it's still a raise. It's still more money. Still good money. Just not what everyone thought. And I think Immaculate was really onto something there. Fox probably worked out a little something. Why do a bidding war? Instead, why not just pay for a few games from ESPN? Pay for what you want and then get out of there. And by the way, CBS or NBC, they could probably purchase a game or two from ESPN. I don't think they'd mind that at all. Because ESPN would still have the majority of the first round. Like Fox, think about what's Fox going to get? Let's say I think they'll buy in, and they'll probably have 2 first round games and maybe a second round game. That's doable. I think that's doable. What else y'all got here? Alabama has improved their basketball program a lot over the past years. They have. They have. Pisses me off, but they have. All that money came in, they spent it wisely. True. Oh, yes, my tinfoil hat got some use. True. And but yeah, Fox, ESPN, they work together. There we go. 8 points. 8-point lead for Illinois. Come on, Iowa State. Come on, you batches. But oh shit, look at there. But I don't know. That's a conspiracy that makes nothing but a world of sense to me. Anyway, I want to go ahead and let you guys go. I appreciate everybody that came in here. Outlaw of college football with the big time donation, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I appreciate that you still got a little love for the Big 12. You realize, of course, like any logical human being, that the Big 12 poses no risk to the SEC dominance at all. At all. All right. We just want to be able to compete. That's it. And you don't have a problem with that. So I appreciate you. It's back up to 10 points. Son of a bitch. How about some defense? A little defense there, Iowa State. Anyway, thanks for watching this crap, guys. And I'll be back with some more. You can count on it. All right. Bye.